Today, our hearts are heavy as we remember a true force on and off the football field. On September 23, 2025, the world learned of the passing of Rudy Johnson, the former Auburn and NFL star running back, at the young age of 45. The news sent a shockwave through the sports community and beyond, leaving teammates, coaches, and fans to mourn a man known for his power, his smile, and his incredible heart. Rudy wasn't just another player. He was a guy who brought an unmatched level of determination to everything he did. His presence was felt every time he stepped onto the field, and that same energy carried over into his life after football. Losing someone like Rudy is a tough pill to swallow for so many reasons. He was a hero to kids in Cincinnati, a legend at Auburn, and a brother to everyone he shared a locker room with. I know what that brotherhood means. It's a bond that lasts a lifetime. When you hear about one of your own passing, especially so young, it hits you hard. It forces you to stop and reflect, not just on the highlights and the touchdowns, but on the person behind the helmet. Rudy was a man who gave his all to the game we love, and his story is a powerful reminder of the sacrifices that come with it. The news of his death was confirmed by sources close to his family, who shared that he had been facing significant personal battles. While the official details remain private, his family has been open about his struggles with mental health. This adds another layer of sorrow to his passing, as it highlights a challenge that many athletes face silently, away from the roar of the crowd. It's a conversation we need to keep having, and Rudy's story, as tragic as it is, brings that conversation to the forefront once again. He was a warrior, and his fight was bigger than anything he faced on Sundays. Rudy Johnson mattered because he represented the best of what an athlete can be: tough, dedicated, and compassionate. His journey from college standout to NFL workhorse was an inspiration. But what he did after he hung up his cleats, dedicating his time to helping others, is what truly defined his character. His passing isn't just the loss of a great football player. It's the loss of a great man who was committed to making a positive impact on the world. We remember his strength on the field, but we will honor his kind and generous spirit even more. Before he was a household name in the NFL, Rudy Johnson was a force of nature in the Southeastern Conference. He carved out his legend at Auburn University, where he became an absolute powerhouse. In his time with the Tigers, he wasn't just good, he was dominant. He ran with a purpose that you could feel through the television screen. That hard-nosed, relentless style earned him the prestigious title of SEC Player of the Year. He was the engine of that Auburn offense, a player who put the team on his back and carried them to victory week after week, leaving a trail of would-be tacklers in his wake. His incredible college career set the stage for the next level. The Cincinnati Bengals saw that fire and drafted him in the 4th round of the 2001 NFL Draft. Now, a 4th-round pick has to work extra hard to prove themselves, and that's exactly what Rudy did. He didn't just earn a spot on the roster, he fought his way to becoming the heart and soul of the Bengals' backfield. He became one of the most productive running backs in the entire league, hitting his stride in a remarkable 3-season stretch where he was virtually unstoppable. He was a true workhorse back, a guy you could count on for 25 carries a game. During his peak with the Bengals, Rudy put up incredible numbers. He rushed for over 4,000 yards and scored 36 touchdowns in just 3 seasons. That's a testament to his toughness and his consistency. In a league where running backs take a pounding, Rudy showed up every single Sunday, ready to go to war. He was the kind of player fans loved because he left it all on the field. By the time his career concluded after a final season with the Detroit Lions in 2008, he had amassed nearly 6,000 rushing yards and 49 touchdowns. Those aren't just stats, they are a legacy of grit and determination. What made Rudy special was his running style. He wasn't just a speed guy or a power guy, he was both. He had the vision to find the hole and the strength to break through tackles, always falling forward for that extra yard. Teammates respected him for his work ethic, and opponents respected him for his toughness. He played the game the way it was meant to be played, with passion, with heart, and with an unwavering will to win. He was a throwback player who embodied the spirit of the game, and his highlights will be watched for years to come. For many athletes, the final whistle of their career marks the end of their public life. But for Rudy Johnson, it was just the beginning of a new chapter, one focused entirely on giving back. He took the same passion he had for football and channeled it into philanthropy. After retiring from the NFL, he didn't just step away from the spotlight, He stepped into communities that needed a champion. He established a foundation dedicated to supporting children and families in underserved areas, proving that his desire to lift people up extended far beyond the football field. This was his new calling, and he pursued it with everything he had. His foundation wasn't just a name on a letterhead, it was an active force for good. Rudy was hands-on, organizing events, raising funds, and personally connecting with the people he aimed to help. He understood that his platform gave him a unique opportunity to make a real difference, and he never took that for granted. He wanted to provide kids with the same opportunities he had and inspire them to dream big, no matter their circumstances. This work became his new identity, and it showed the world the depth of his character. He was more than a football player, he was a leader and a mentor. The impact of his post-football work is a huge part of his legacy. He provided resources, support, and most importantly, hope to countless families. Whether it was through toy drives during the holidays or back-to-school events, Rudy was always there, present and engaged. He knew that true strength wasn't just about breaking tackles, it was about building up your community. He wanted to ensure that his legacy was defined not by his rushing yards, but by the lives he touched and the positive change he created. His commitment to service was an inspiration to everyone around him. Rudy's transition from athlete to philanthropist is a powerful example for all players. It shows that your greatest impact can come after the game is over. He found a new purpose in serving others, and that purpose drove him every single day. He demonstrated that you can take the discipline, leadership, and teamwork you learn in sports and apply them to making the world a better place. He was a true role model, proving that success is ultimately measured by what you give back. His charitable spirit is a legacy that will continue to inspire for generations. While we celebrate Rudy Johnson's achievements, we must also acknowledge the difficult battles he faced after his playing days were over. His family has courageously shared that he was struggling with significant mental health challenges. This is a tough but necessary part of his story. It shines a light on an issue that affects so many former players who often suffer in silence. The transition away from the game, the loss of identity, and the physical toll of a career in football can create a perfect storm for mental health struggles. Rudy's story is a heartbreaking reminder that the fight doesn't always end on the field. His family also raised the possibility that he may have been suffering from the effects of chronic traumatic encephalopathy or CTE, a brain disease linked to repeated head trauma. While CTE can only be confirmed after death, the conversation around it is critical. For years, players have been dealing with the unseen consequences of the game they love. Rudy's passing has renewed the urgent discussion about player safety and the long-term health risks associated with football. It forces us as a community, leagues, teams, players, and fans, to ask what more we can do to protect the minds and bodies of these athletes. Rudy's story is now intertwined with this larger conversation about the well-being of athletes. It's a call to action. We have to create a culture where it's okay for these strong men to admit they're not okay. We need to provide better resources for mental health support, both during and after their careers. We also need to continue advancing research into brain injuries to make the game safer for future generations. Rudy's legacy can be a catalyst for meaningful change, ensuring that future players have the support systems they need to thrive long after they hang up their cleats. In the end, we will remember Rudy Johnson for the incredible man he was. He was a warrior on the field, a hero in his community, and a source of inspiration for so many. He ran with power, lived with purpose, and gave with an open heart. While his life was cut tragically short, his legacy will endure. It will live on in the highlight reels, in the children he helped through his foundation, and in the renewed commitment to protecting the health and well-being of our athletes. Rest in peace, Rudy. You were a great player but an even better man. You will be missed.